Merry Christmas. Alright, next deck. We have Mill Druid, and that's all it says is just Mill Druid, and that's by Whistle. So, how would I build a Mill Druid? So, Mill Druid. We were just talking to Tides of Time 10 seconds ago. He played Mill Druid. Alright. So, let's find cards, draw cards for our opponent. Naturalize for sure. We want removal, so like Wrath is good. I like heals, get like a healing touch. Grove Tender's debatable. We want to have the Poison Seed Starfall combo going on. Swipes, keepers, standard Druid cards. Starfire's a removal possibility. Dream of Memes just subscribed. Thanks for subscribing, dude. Welcome to the Batcave team thing. I appreciate the support. I apologize for not doing Deckdoctor anymore after this. So, I mean, we'll do it another time, but the sub, if you're subbing just to try and get the Deckdoctor deck, we're not doing any more after this. Gotta end the stream after this one. But, sub hype, and I appreciate it. Hopefully you're subbing just because you love me, and that'd make me happy, dude. Feels good, man. Alright. So we need Cold Light Oracles. Heal bots. Bran is probably good for the Cold Light Oracles and the heal bots. That's always makes things happen. And then we just need a removal. Maybe we want a big game hunter for sure. Probably Doomsayers in there, just to kill a bunch of crap earlier on. Doomsayers are really good in decks designed to slow people down. I could see an Emperor being okay, just to help get my Poison Seed Starfall and my Brand combos out a little bit earlier. What else? We have a lot of card slots left. Is there more removal in Druid we could run? There's Innervates we could throw in there. Since we have so much card draw, it'd be a good way to empty our hand, and then we don't need to run Emperor. I don't know how good Grove Tender really is, though, but we could throw Grove Tender in there. Young Brewmaster. Why would I play Brewmaster or Justicar? Those cards seem sketchy as hell. Those cards do not kill anything. I could see running like Starfire to kill something and help me draw towards my draw cards. Like, it's okay if we draw cards because we have Naturalizes in the deck and we can make up for it. I could see running Innervates to help out with this sort of stuff. We could probably fit a Silence in and maybe Wild Pyromancers to go with like the Innervates and stuff. So, how badly do I want to silence? How many things in the meta are there that we really need to silence? Paladin mainly is really what we got to worry about with silence. Mind Control Tech's a possibility. Tree of Life. Whoa. Mulch. Mulch gives him another card, though, to play. I want to... I don't know. I guess Mulch could actually be good. You might be right. Do I even own Mulch? Good. Well done, me. I'm just going to make it just to make it. I'm not opening packs anytime soon, or probably ever again, but... So... Mulch. Do I need Healing Touch when I got 2 heal bots? I don't know. It combos with Wild Pyromancer, which is kind of nice. How many spells do I have to combo with Wild Pyromancer? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's not bad. I guess I could just throw Mulch in there over an Innervate. Nah, maybe over Grove Tender and keep 2 Innervates. We have a lot of draw, so like being able to empty our hand with Innervate seems like a good way to react to aggro. Deathlord's way better than Grove Tender, you're right. We need 2 Deathlords in this deck for sure. Deathlord's insane. Let's see. Deathlord, Deathlord. One Innervate is so sketchy. No, not Tree of Life. Why not use Tree of Life? Because I can brand Healbot, and then I'm using 2 good cards instead of 1 bad card. I guess it doesn't work with Keeper, though. It works with Healbot, and it works with Coldlight Oracle, and then that's good enough for me, I guess. I think Mulch just might be better than Starfire for the most part, so I think I'll just put in the other Mulch just so I have better clear. But I don't know, we need some cycle so that we can find our Coldlight Oracles. We have like just Starfire right now. If we cut Starfire, we could run like Azure Drake, I guess, and then maybe put in like a Living Roots for removal. Cut the Innervate and then run a Living Roots. Help combo with Wild Pyromancer and also Azure Drake and just be annoying early game if we have turn 1. Ancient Allure. Loatheb's an interesting one. It's just hard to fit all of the things I want in here. Justicar and Deathwing, please. We should be able to stall out the game pretty hard. Let's try it and see how it works. We're gonna see, like... We do need some amount of cycle in Mill decks, though. It's true. That's the hardest part about Mill Rogue, was trying to figure out how much cycle I wanted in there. And we eventually got it to a state where we were winning competitive games with it. So, a little cycle is definitely good. Grove Tender instead of Azure Drake. And Grove Tender's body is like so bad. And we have to give them cards at a stage where we don't really want to be giving them cards yet. Because at a certain point, we want to be just slowing the game down and making sure that they don't have good ways to take the board. And then we switch gears later on with the Coldlight Oracles and stuff, and then we don't care. Because we figure they're going to have all their cards anyway. So, BGH against Warlock is sometimes good, but... Is it worth keeping? I don't think so. There hasn't been too many people playing Giants in a while. I just want to find ways to combo Wild Pyromancer. This Doomsayer is not bad. Well, I'm going to 0 power pass. He didn't develop anything, so I don't feel any reason to Doomsayer just yet. Ooze. So he's a Reno lock, so that's good for us. Should be able to do good work against Reno lock. They usually have a lot of 4-drops, so I think I'm just going to Doomsayer just to try and kill that thing and be annoying. If he's forced to like Owl or something, it's good. Alright, I'll just throw this guy out there to be annoying. Maybe he kills whatever he plays. If he plays a Belcher, I'm able to keep her for 2 and trade into it. So that's kind of what we're setting up to do with this Belcher or Lotheb. Common 5-drops from Warlock. That's fine too. Do I want to trade or just go face? I think I do just want to go face. Like, we're not a face deck or face damage oriented deck, but at the same time, like, he's gonna make the trade for us. Well, Swipe's not even good against this deck, so being able to kill something with it's pretty sweet. We have Azurdrake Wrath next turn, and if we don't do that, then we have actually Bran Azurdrake get some draw going on. He's at 19, we're at 21, and we still have 2 Naturalizes to play. So he is definitely going to be drawing a lot faster than us. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Whew. Thought we were in trouble for a second there. So we can do this, and then just play Drake if we wanted. Or we can Hero Power Boombots and save Drake for Drake Wrath. I think we can just Drake. I think it's fine. I don't know. We're trying to just kill all of his stuff, so then we could actually Wrath for 1 and Hero Power and Naturalize. I think it might be a little bit better. Oh, cool. Well, that's the play then. Naturalize can kill anything. BGH can kill specific things. So let's line it up. Got the beast in my sights. Implosion. I think we just want a power draw. Emperor's kind of cute though, because we do discount the Bran, and then we can do kind of fun stuff with Spell Power Drake. Sure. We don't have the Poison Seeds Naturalize combo, which is really what we want to be Emperoring, but Bran stuff, usually pretty good to Emperor. And Naturalize being 0 is pretty sick. You can do some power turns with that. And Emperor doesn't die on board, so that's pretty cute. Alright, that's a lot of cards we could draw. And try and find the Poison Seed Starfall combo. So hopefully we do it. Poison Seed Starfall combo. Cool. Next turn we can Poison Seed Starfall him. If we're not dead. Hopefully he's not like the Leroy version and just like Leroy Power Overwhelming Faceless as us, but he doesn't have enough mana. So we're good, we're good. And we got heals. Play something big. Yeah, it's got big in the name. He did commit a lot though, so I think it's worth. We could just get away with just Starfalling, honestly, but Starfall heal bot sort of thing. It's kind of awkward though because the Lotheb lives. If we had Spell Power, this would be a lot cleaner, but we don't. I guess we have to settle for killing his whole board this way. We could have got in a hero power by using the 4-cost one, or actually could have got this off if we wanted. I don't know, might have been worth to try and squeeze that in there, because now we're hanging 1 mana, but we had a lot of health in our hand, honestly. That's crazy. We can make him draw 4 more cards too, so we're pretty close to taking him to fatigue. Alright, we'll just kill that and play this. Kind of want another Drake, man. Spell power would be good a lot of times this game. So I kind of want to put another Drake in there for sure. Where's a swipe? Wanna buy swipe? But yeah, spell power swipe plus seeds actually is another board clear. Maybe getting a Thalnos in there for some extra spell power options wouldn't be bad. I definitely like spell power. That's what I'm discovering. Mill Druid needs spell power. Oh, there's the swipe. $31 health. Look at that. Jungle Moonkin. Get the old Jungle Moonkin tech back in. Oh. There was a day I streamed, I just played Jungle Moonkin for like 3 hours. It wasn't good, but it was awesome. Sometimes you do just retarded crap with Jungle Moonkin. He's tapping against Mill Druid. What are you doing? Am I gonna die? Just Dark Bomb me in the face. I think he's running out of minions to do things. I don't want to draw anymore. He seems to be out of stuff to do, so I'm gonna just let him do nothing and chill. Hey, what's up, Reenie? How's it going? Pyro is basically spell power? That's true. Basically. You right, you right. Mill Druid, OP, OP. That card's annoying. I guess I'm mulching that. I don't know. I don't want him to draw cards until he's drawn all of them. So, if we make him draw 4, he overdraws though, so we could double naturalize. And then we still have mulch to answer big things, but... I don't know, let's Wrath, let's see what happens first. Wrath seems like the most sensible answer here. I'm okay with that guy living. Elise Starseeker. Why would I want to turn my mill deck into legendary cards? I want to mill him. We got a win condition already, that's not the problem. He's just twisting nethered. Alright. Oh god. Good thing we didn't healing touch earlier. Shit, man. Alright, I think it's time to heal. I guess I want to naturalize. Do I want a hero power? Prioritize that, or do I want to just Cold Light Oracle? I think I'll just Cold Light Oracle. Screw him. Give him the rest of his deck. We're at 31. What do you got? Next turn, we can make him draw 2 more cards. So he takes 3, 4, and then 5. So 7, 12. So we can do 12 damage to him and then hero power him in the face and kill him. He still has Reno left. Looks like he's gonna Reno. Awkward sauce. Well, he's already twisting Nethered, so these Death Lords should be pretty frightening. And we have Mulch just to keep throwing cards back. We still have another Poison Seed Starfall, too, because Poison Seeds is our last card. He's trying to set up the OTK combo. How you gonna beat my taunts, bro? Just, like, mulch away, huh? I don't know if I want to break up that combo. To be honest with you, I'm not really afraid of this Earthen Ring Farseer. I think I'll just hero power him in the face. And play that. Take 7 next turn. His hand is like Leroy, Power Overwhelming, Faceless... Shadow Flame, maybe? I don't know. And a mulch card. He's got the one Molten Giant still, right? They usually play like one random Molten Giant. So maybe he has a Molten Giant left too. He's already played the Abusive Sergeant. No, Ganis. The Power Overwhelming he used was off of Dark Peddler, so he still has a Power Overwhelming. See? Told you. Looks like he's gonna Shadow Flame. Alright, so now he has Leroy Faceless and a card left. So he's taking 8 next turn from fatigue, right? I know he's taking 7. He just took 6 last time. So we have no way to set up lethal, so we just kill this guy and Doomsayer. And can he hit me for 25? Leroy Power Roaming Faceless is only 20. He's got Leroy Faceless and Mystery card. That card did a lot. GG. Get Mill Druided. Alright, we need more spell power though. We need more spell power. I want another Ezra Drake. I don't know. If we draw too many more cards though, it gets scary. I think 1 Doomsayer is probably enough. 1 Doomsayer is probably enough. Azure Drake seems insane. Just like combos with Starfall and Swipe and Wrath and Emperor and Brand and makes, yeah, it's just good. It's good stuff. So yeah, Mill Druid. That's pretty fun. Is Living Root's better than Innervate though? Probably. Maybe squeeze in the second Living Roots over Mulch. We did have a Mulch left in our hand at the end. And we were against a deck with a lot of threats, so run it back. That was the last deck for the deck doctoring, was the concept of Mill Druid, so now I can just dick around for a little bit. I'm off the clock. The doctor's off duty. Put Reno in. I have all 2 ofs in the deck. That'd be silly. Alright. We want this later in the game. We want this later in the game. We want this later in the game. And we want this later in the game. What the fuck do we even want right now? We want our one of Doomsayer, I guess. And I mean, against Warrior, I have no idea. We don't have any weapon removal. Weapon removal might be something good to include for beating up on Warrior. I guess I want to keep this Drake. Like, it's one of our minion things. We want the Death Lord for sure. That's a good one to get. I mean, we're like so reactive that Control Warrior is a weird matchup. I think we're usually pretty favored as long as they play their Acolyte of Pain at some point. Because we're not trying to kill him. We're just trying to chill. Come chill with nature, man. How long will I stream for? I don't know, like probably like 25 more minutes until I get bored of Mill Druid. I'm having fun with Mill Druid though, so that's why I'm keeping the stream going. But normally I should stop right now because I finished the Deckdoctor queue. But Mill Druid, dude. How can you stop in the middle of Mill Druid? Like, come on. I'm not a scientist, but Mill Druid's fun. Mill Druid just got a lot less fun. Well, he can't Alexstrasza me anymore, so that's something that's good. Swipe kills that. Goodbye, Harrison Jones. Man, I wish we still had double mulch. Double mulch is probably insane versus Control Warrior. So much removal. That's aggressive. Control Warrior on the offensive.
Fired up.
Bobo's stupid. Just subscribed for how many months in a row is it? Oh, it's not even months in a row. You stopped your subscription at some point. Feels bad, man. But welcome back to the Bad Cave Team thing. I'm glad I convinced you to resub again. I'm pretty sure you were a sub before. I see you here all the time, man. Welcome back, man. How's it going, dude? Happy New Year. Alright. We can kill everything. It's probably worth it. We lose the wild pyro, but... Oh shit, I fucked this up. I was supposed to Living Roots, then play Wild Pyromancer, then play Swipe. Whoops. Alright, we're down a Wild Pyromancer. It's Bobo's fault. I'm just messing. Alright, rip Wild Pyromancer. He should be a 3-1 and be alive, but... I'm at the end of my stream. I'm tired. I'm making stupid mistakes. We're going to recover this, though. We're still winning this game. Mill Druid's obviously just busted. Good turn. Uh-oh. I don't know if making him draw 4 more cards is going to be enough. We got to stop drawing cards. I'll be making him draw an extra one because of Death Lord too. If we get the other Death Lord out there, that'll help for sure. Alright. This is going a lot smoother the first time around. We got all of the clunk. Every heal card. Every time. I should replace one of these Drakes with a Harrison Jones. Alright. Alright. We can kill the 6-3 and then play a Doomsayer with all this crap. Try and make it awkward for him. We can mulch, actually, and just make him overdraw a card. That's cuter. And then get this Doomsayer out there, too, to try and help clean up whatever he's doing. Because now he's got to worry about Bran. He's got to worry about... Ooh, our Thief. That's a good one. That's what we want to be doing. That's a play, man. Oh, nah. Alright. We have another Naturalize, a BGH. We'll find him. Poison Seeds works as well. It's just gonna go face and let it die. I kind of respect that play, but at the same time, we got a lot of healing, so that would be bad for him. Oh no, he's gonna kill that. Oh god. Ow. Where are my seeds? Oh, there you go. Did we mill any cards? I missed it. I wasn't paying attention. Oops. We are about to mill another one. If we did mill any. Armor Smith. Never lucky. Never good mill. second Despite. Finally found the BGH. That's just killing that. Not bad, we've established board control. We gotta get this other Deathlord out of our deck, though. We need to find it and make sure it pulls a minion from him. Otherwise, we might not actually be dealing enough damage and fatigue to kill him. Which would be depressing. He's got so much armor. Not right, we can beat that. It's probably like the last BGH target in his deck. I can't afford to cycle the Wrath. So let's do this, and then just Wildfire Mancer, heal myself. Kill the Boom Bats. Damn, Wildfire died. Coup. Alright, we have a Cold Light Oracle left and a Deathlord. I can't really play the Cold Light Oracle until I find the Deathlord, unless it's actually just milling a bunch of cards from him. Because I want the Deathlord to pull a minion out of his deck so that he's another card deeper and takes more damage and fatigue. Because we're out of heals, and he's only 3 ahead of us. So it's kind of sketchy. That's a good card. Mulchwai. Okay, we can clear that, so that's good. Hopefully he's running out of minions. And we have Poison Seed Starfall to answer if he tries to do something big. Three cards ahead of me, so that's like 45-ish damage. He's gonna play minions one at a time. That's smart. I guess I'll wait one turn and then Poison Seed Starfall. I can't just do it on just a Belcher. It feels wrong. He's gonna play something else, right? What's left in his deck? He's got like a Cruel Taskmaster, an Execute, probably a Sylvanas, and that's like it. He's got like Acolytes and Shield Blocks in his hands. So I guess, I don't know, he's like out of minions. He's got Sylvanas, right? He might have a Geddon, honestly. Geddon might be remaining. He's got like Sylvanas and Geddon and a Cruel Taskmaster. And an Execute and 2 Shield Blocks, 2 Acolytes. 2 Shield Blocks, 2 Acolytes, Geddon, Sylvanas, Execute. Oh, he's Sarah. It's okay. He might have Geddon after this. We might have fucked up. Well, Emperor's not going to do anything anymore. He will just kill it. We're going to die to Cruel Taskmaster. So he may have another 6-drop, he may not, and he has maybe another 7-drop. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of, man. 2 Shield Blocks, 2 Acolytes, Execute, other stuff. Brawl? He's got Brawl, Ysera card, X. Ah, come on, man! That's the one Ysera card we did not want him to get. Now we're dead. Can't beat that Ysera card. He's got Execute and probably an activator for it. He might not have an activator for it. I don't know. He's got the Cruel Taskmaster, right? He's got Acolyte of Pain, Shield Block, Execute, Cruel Taskmaster, Brawl. Oh, apparently he doesn't have an Execute activator. Value trading me down. Okay. Cool. We might win. He's got Brawl left, so I don't know. Could be fun. He might have Gorehowl in there, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go face, establish dominance. Hopefully we win this Brawl. If not, God bless. That's really smart of him not playing any of the shield blocks or acolytes. He figured us out pretty quick. So there's the Brawl. We want our 5/5 or our 2/8 to win. Well, at least we didn't lose the Brawl. He had Whirlwind in his deck. Whirlwind Execute. Now he's out of minions, right? He's got Acolyte of Pains. 2 Acolyte of Pains, 2 shield blocks, and another Brawl. So who wins? Probably him. I'm gonna die to fatigue really quick. Maybe he'll play Acolyte of Pain to try and pressure me. Nope, he had Solanas left. Damn. Chi-chi. Greedy Control Warrior. Okay. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe we should just play Grove Tenders, so we both are trying. Because we had so much time where we could have just Poison Seed Starfall, but like he didn't play anything. We have way too much heal in the deck, that's for sure though. Like 2 heal bots seems like a lot. Dude, I think we want Justicar. Keep up with Control Warrior. It's like only good against Control Warrior and no other matchup, but I don't know. Volcanic Lumber. Try and kill him. If we put in like the Justicar in the Tree of Life, that helps us against only Control Warrior. Like all of the other matchups it doesn't help very much in, which is why I kinda like weary of putting it in. Oh, I wanted the weapon removal, the Harrison Jones. That card's pretty underwhelming without the Drakes now. Probably not even good. Alright, we can't have that low card quality. Honestly, Dancing Swords might not be the worst. But again, these are all anti-control cards that are gonna suck against aggro. It's like... Oops, shit, not Moonfire. So like, teching this much against control, and then we just verse Face Shaman and die is gonna suck. Malorn. There's another anti-control card, but I'm just trying to find options that are good against both, rather than just being only good against control or only good against aggro. Because Malorn sucks dick against aggro, but would be insane against control. I think the closest we're getting is like... I don't know. I think I'm gonna do Innervate. Innervate's pretty okay against both. Like in the mid and early game against control, it's gonna be really solid, and then it's gonna be solid all the time against aggro, so I think Innervate's not bad. Could see Lothid being pretty good too. Remove Emperor, it's useless against both matchups. The Emperor allows you to do like cool brand things and stuff like that. It like helps correct your bad draws, so I kind of like it. Alright. Got Wild Pyromancer, Wrath, and Keeper. Solid anti-aggro hand. And then we got Emperor to come down on 6 to try and help it so we stabilize mid-game. And then we win in the late game because we're a fatigue deck. The plan is coming together. Why does Harrison lose the deck? I don't think you guys understand. I have cards in my deck that make him draw 6 extra cards. So if you do 6 times 15 or so, that's about how much damage that I would be doing. And then you minus 1 because then I draw 1 card off Harrison Jones. So it's still like 5 times 15 damage. So most of the time that's enough. So you can definitely include draw cards in a fatigue deck. Just because you have Naturalizes and you have Death Lords. So drawing cards is just an essential way for me to find my combo pieces to be able to control the game. It's pretty important to have draw cards in a control deck. If you watched the Doctor earlier, I kind of explained that. Because against aggro, you're reacting to what they play. And if you react to what they play, you need the right answers. And card draw helps you consistently have the correct answers to play. So we are a very reactive deck. So we need to have card draw in it, but you can't have too much card draw. So it's definitely a fine line. And I think Harrison Jones is a good balance along that line. Alright. He's just doing nothing, so let's just continue doing nothing. Alright. Emperor time. This is just going to help us be able to react to whatever he does a lot more conveniently. Like 1 mana Wild Pyromancer is insane. Having Starfall for 4 allows us to get the Poison Seed Starfall combo off a lot earlier. So that's pretty sweet. He's not really doing a lot of crazy things, so there's not much we need to react to yet, but we can do so more efficiently. What about Mukla? Giving him bananas. I don't know. That can fill his hand up for sure, but we're not trying to just mill cards out of his hand. We're trying to fatigue him, take it all the way home. So I'm not so sure. How much do we really benefit from having a 5/5 body on the board? Because that's the purpose of Mukla, right? And our deck, we don't ever establish initiative. We don't ever try and hit them in the face with our minions. And a 5/5 for 3's purpose is to be on the field really quick and efficiently and then hit him in the face. So since we're not trying to kill him, and it doesn't draw him cards, it doesn't really fit the theme of what we're trying to do. But it can help make him, mill cards out of his hand, but it's not really that big of a deal. Compares it to, like, how terrible it is at all the other aspects of what it's trying to do. Well, I could mulch it and make him overdraw a card. I'm silencing it just so I don't have to worry about silencing the other one, since I have the mana to do it anyway this turn. Seems reasonable. And he's Reno Lock. We've established that by the Stalag. And usually they don't run combo in this version of Reno Lock, so we shouldn't be expecting any sort of Leroy power overwhelming stuff. Oh, wait. Why did I silence that? I just totally zoned. I thought both had to be unsilenced when it died. I don't know. Now I gotta silence this one. I baited him to play this one. Wow, what a great bait, Firebat. You're so smart. Alright. Good. 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 Well, thank God you guys told me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have silenced this one. I would have just killed it. And then I would be dead. Alright. We're figuring things out step by step. It's okay. Let's play around Hellfire a little bit. We got rid of Shadow Flame, so that's good. Now we know we can just endlessly extend our board forever. Any Twisting Nethers, but... Okay. We still dealt with it. It's good. Alright, he doesn't have Twisting Nether in his hand because he would have done that here for sure. Oh, that's a good card for him to get. We have Poison Seed Starfall combo. I guess we kind of want to keep that together. Or we could just play this and kill his guy and just tempo him out since he has no AoE. Kind of like that. Because I know he doesn't have any AoE. Because we milled the Shadow Flame. Now this would be a good situation to have that Keeper that we wasted. In before Nether. We know he didn't have Nether because there was 2 situations where he would have used it previously. Alright. So let's just sacrifice our whole board because we accidentally wasted a Keeper earlier. And swipe. And Justicar. And we can start dire shape-shifting his face. Sometimes lucky. We need to find our Cold Light Oracles, man. We cut the draw from the deck, and now we're running out of steam. We may have cut too much draw. Uh-oh. That card's hard to fatigue. Panic, try and kill him. Sure. If we find another swipe and we're able to connect the 3, maybe we can kill him. He doesn't have any dark bombs or anything, right? I guess it's gonna force a taunt giver. Oh my. All we need is swipe. Never swipe. I mean, it's not bad though. We're close. 6 more cards we gotta go through. You can't Starfall face, man. It only targets minions. If I tempo Healbot, I'd be 1 off lethal still. And I'm like pretty sure he runs Reno Jackson in his deck, so I don't really want to waste the Healbot for that. Where's the Wild Pyromancers? I mean, they're not accomplishing anything anyway. And they set me up for a swipe top deck being lethal. I've already used both Keepers, so the Healbot and setting him to 1 doesn't actually increase my lethal outs by any. Because there's no other card in my deck that's going to do that 1 damage to finish him off. So I only have swipe for the direct damage, so it needed to be swipe, so there's no reason to tempo Healbot. Would have just been a waste. to get this out for sure so I can pull a minion from his deck. And just keep your opponent face. Starfall can't target face, guys. Alright. Malorn would have won the game. Yeah, Malorn's good in the control matchups. We definitely said that. And this is a control matchup, so yeah, I would love to have Malorn in my deck for this matchup. The problem is, though, as soon as you put Malorn in your deck, you're gonna verse a face shaman. He's gonna hit you in the face, and you're gonna have Malorn in your hand, and you're gonna feel dumb. So. Alright. We need to get Cold Light Oracle into Natural Eyes and just kill him. Nope. Alright, try and slow him down a little bit. Cold Light Oracle into Natural Eyes. And we have Grove Tender in there to make him draw more cards too. Oh, Mal'Ganis beats Fatigue decks. Oh, man. Why is he power whelming that? Oh, am I dead? Wow. Slot damage. GG. Alright, Innervate's pretty underwhelming, but I mean, it was in there for aggro. Doomsayer hasn't been pulling its weight. It's only really good on turn 2, so I guess we don't want to include cards that are only good on turn 2. We have the maximum amount of ways pretty much for them to be forced to draw cards. We ran out of cards draw ourselves that game. We're just sitting there passing so many turns. I don't think Starfire is the worst. Maybe we'll put those in there. Emperor's been pretty underwhelming. Can we fit in maybe? What is the last card? I guess we could put an Azure-Drake back in. I don't know. We have 2 Starfires, though. That's a lot of draw at that point. Put in a Refreshment Vendor from different heal card. Probably would just play a second heal bot instead. We have... Bite. Could just play like a Belcher. It's just something to drop on the field. I don't mind that. Belcher usually soaks up a lot of damage, so screw it. Play Malorn? Nah, I already explained it like 6 times now, but Malorn's really bad against aggressive decks. and well, I don't really want to tech that hard against control. We got to find the perfect balance. So I know Malorn is just not the right balance for that. Malorn is just so terrible against aggro. If it had taunt, maybe, but it's just we got to try and make sure we can beat control and aggro, which is going to take a lot of tweaking to find that perfect little balance. But if we wanted to really just beat control, we could hammer in Malorns and stuff and beat control every time and have a good happy day just shitting all over control. But if you want to make a deck competitive, it's got to be able to beat both sides. So you got to kind of like fine tune it a little bit, try out cards, add some card draw, cut some card draw, play around with it a little bit. So I don't think Malorn's a delicate solution at all. But it would work in the matchup we have been facing, which is Control Warrior and Reno Lock. So I mean, maybe I should just give up on trying to beat everything and just only beat Control Warrior and Reno Lock, because that's all we're playing, right? But yeah. Dancing Swords anti-aggro? I doubt that. So 4/4 for 3 mana, which is pretty good stats, but usually giving aggro decks extra cards hurts. They generally do damage. Why don't I use Mukla for Mill? This is another common question that people keep asking. And the reason you don't use Mukla for Mill is because Mukla is a card that's really good when you're ahead on board, because you give your opponents bananas that they cannot utilize because they need a minion on board to be able to utilize them. And you're getting a 3 mana 5/5. This deck doesn't really benefit from having a 3 mana 5/5 because you're not going for board control. We don't have stat for stat good minions. We're not like a zoo deck or like a secret paladin deck or something that has board and has a lot of high stat minions and is trying to push face and kill your opponent. I'm looking to slow the game down and just take him to fatigue. And Mukla doesn't slow the game down at all. Mukla tries to push an advantage that you have, and we don't really get an advantage at any state, so it doesn't really push anything too far. So that's sort of why. How would Dancing perform? It does mill right and is strong recycle. It does mill. It's really good against control, but I don't know. I feel like it might just be giving. It's like one of those cards I've been considering putting in and trying to play around with, but I feel like against aggro, it might be giving them cards too early on to help them fill out their curve. Because if you Dancing Swords, it just increases the odds of them having like Challenger on 6 and those sort of things. Because it's just like way like a little bit earlier than I'm comfortable giving them cards, but. Who knows, it could work. It's like a bad version of Deathlord, right? Well, this isn't bad. The 1/2 actually contests that, so not too bad. Mukla's okay for Millrogue because of Vanish. Yeah, it's better in Millrogue because of Vanish, but I even ended up taking it out of my version of Millrogue. And I was able to, like, get Millrogue to a point where I was able to beat, like, players like Life Coach and stuff like that in tournament, so. Millrogue's pretty solid deck. I had a lot of fun with it. Alright, I think we can just Poison Seeds instead of Deathlord to trade with the board. We don't really need to have the Poison Seed Starfall combo, and we don't need to blow a Naturalize here. Because if I Naturalize, I'm not even developing anything with my mana behind it. And we want to save it for a situation where we need to use it for 1 mana and then actually develop something behind it. No, Gorilla Fighter. I was just trying to give an example. I didn't actually win a tournament with it or anything too impressive. I was able to get to top 8 of a 25k tournament. So I was able to like win my groups with Millrogue and stuff. And another player, a French player, Porto, was able to do. He was able to get out of groups at DreamHack with it as well. So the build was good. BGH is pretty good top deck there. This deck, I don't know though. Mill Druid, man. Mill Rogue's so much more cute and fun. 12, 16. I have Poison Seeds, so I guess I don't really care about that sort of stuff. He's Reno locked though, so like Starfiring his face doesn't help me any. I guess I can just take care of this now. Just keep his board very limited. Cold Light Oracle does mill a card from him, so let's just do that. Because I mean, when you can, might as well, right? You got Bran Healbot to heal for 16 later on in the game. We can make him mill another card if we wanted. With Naturalize, or we could just clear with, like, Swipe. It's probably better to clear with Swipe, like... It's not a big minion. And I'm okay drawing because of what the card counts are at. We have a Death Lord and Naturalize still, so we can make him draw 3 more cards. Another thing that would be really good against control would just be running Force of Nature Savage Roar. We draw it every time with the amount of draw that we've started adding in, because now we have Cold Lights and Grove Tenders and Starfires. So that might be something to think about. I think Tides of Time's original list that he won a tournament with back in the day had the Force of Nature Savage Roar combo. The Volcanic Lumber list. I think it's fine just to wipe this. Dude, the Justicar brand combo. Superhero power, Kappa.
I have no time for games. The light is not
Drawing. Genius. Alright, let's do this, and then Wrath, and just Hero Barb in the face. Too bad I don't have a draw card that I could just like play, like an Acolyte of Pain or something, and then naturalize his Sylvanas and give him that. That could be a cute thing to do too. To play like a Death Rattle cycle card strictly for the purpose of against control, killing their Sylvanas and giving it to them. And then against aggro, just playing it so I can draw my answers more. That could be a cute tech actually, to be good against control and aggro in a really weird, obscure way. So if I put in Acolyte of Pain, and then against control I just never play it until they play Sylvanas, and then kill their Sylvanas and give it to them. And then against aggro, I just throw it out there on 3 or whatever so I can start drawing my answers. That might be fun. Alright, I want to get this out there and try and get a minion pulled from his deck. I was tempted to actually naturalize my own thing just to guarantee he gets a minion, but I don't have any mana left over to react to it, so that's why I was kind of hesitant on it. Give them Nat Pagel. That'd be funny. Wasted Wrath. Nah, man. The hero power only hits for. Oh, you just land on the Emperor. I wanted to cycle the Wrath at that point. So let's do this. So we guarantee that he gets a minion, because it seems like he's really insistent on us not letting him draw a card this way, and I want to make him draw a card this way. Good. And then let's do this. Yeah. I'll just kill that to protect my board. See, I didn't want him to be able to just let the Death Lord live forever and then not get forced to draw the card off of it. Because drawing the card off of it is a lot more damage than whatnot. And I'm drawing 4 cards anyway, so I know I'm going to find my mulch and my other answers to big things. So I'm not really afraid of big things. I just want to be able to clock him faster so that he can't play minions one at a time and make me have to waste AoEs on minions one at a time and use my removal really efficiently because he's under pressure. So now he's got to kill me a lot faster because there's just another card draw in there, which is like another 10 damage or whatever, so guaranteeing that card draw. How much damage is he taking? He's fatiguing for 5 next turn. And we can hit him for 4, 6, 7, 8, or 1 damage off lethal. Really? And our last card is what? We have a Naturalize as our last remaining card. So if we drew Naturalize, we would have had lethal here. Is there a way we can draw a card this turn? There is not. Damn it. It's 1 damage off lethal. I guess we'll just play Jones. He's gonna Reno now. Reno or die. Starfall can't go face. Deal 5 damage to a minion or deal 2 damage to all minions. Kill your minion and let him draw it? Mulch doesn't make him draw, but yeah, you can kill your own minion with Naturalize and make him draw. I did that earlier on in the game. It's pretty good. It's how I made sure my Death Lord was dead. So that he couldn't just wait out my Death Lord. So he's taking 8 for the next one, so this is lethal. Right, let's finish the game at full health with some swag. So I like that balance a little bit more. The Starfires were doing a lot of work. Justicar is very sketchy. We just beat a control deck and we didn't really need Justicar. It wasn't the ultimate control deck of Control Warrior, but Justicar I think is worse than Dancing Swords would be against control. I mean against aggro. So since we were able to beat control pretty handily there without having to rely on Justicar carrying any weight, I think let's try Dancing Swords, since that card's definitely going to be better than Justicar is against aggressive decks. So I'll try that out. Alright, be right back, like 30 seconds. Paladin. So now we gotta try and test out actually against a mid-range deck. That's something we haven't even really talked about much. I just assumed we'd do pretty well against these sort of decks. Probably keep only one Wild Pyromancer. Deathlord and Keeper are both really good against mid-rangey and aggressive things, so I like this hand. Tree of Life, Bible Thump. Yeah, I don't know. Tree of Life's that anti-control tech. And Fatigue decks are just naturally favored against control, so I don't find it necessary. So I want to have it as little anti-control stuff as possible and just tech as much towards aggro as I can. One, aggro is more like prevalent, and two, we're a Fatigue deck. Alright, I think we just get this Deathlord out here. It messes up our potential Coin Keeper, but Deathlord out early is just so strong. And we don't want to play Wild Pyromancer into that. We lose the coin for Wild Pyromancer too, which kind of sucks, but we'll get over it. Alright. I don't want to kill this yet, because of like redemption and stuff, right? I don't even want to make this trade because of Avenge until next turn. So I think I want to go face and see what the secret is and then react from that. Alright, so it's not a lot of secrets. So it's either Avenge, Redemption, or Sacred Trial. So I want to develop Wild Pyromancer and not remove any of the stuff. Set up for a good Wild Pyromancer swipe next turn if the Deathlord's able to keep it protected. Or potentially Keeper. I feel a King's coming on. But hopefully the Deathlord keeps it protected and we're able to... that was weird. We're able to get this swipe off to kill everything. I don't know, I could just trade here and silence that. The awkward thing is whatever comes out of the Deathlord, right? I could trade here and then the Avenge goes there. I could try and swipe and then the Deathlord dies and something bad comes out and gets avenged. So... awkward. Awkward. I guess I'm going to try and double trade in here. Hope something small comes out and silence that. I don't know. Kind of inclined to just like trade here and swipe. That didn't go well. Alright. I think I fucked that up. I panicked at the rope. I needed. If I swiped, I'm pretty sure the spiders would have just died. Whoops. But yeah, him getting challenge out of that, it's not good for me. Alright, let's set up for our poison seeds by just playing this guy out here. And just armoring up. And then next turn we can try and poison seeds and then Wrath of Treant. But I mean, we should have a Wild Pyromancer in the field. And then we could have Wrathed for 3 here and this would die and then play this to contest that. Would have been kind of pretty. Oh man, another giant minion off Deathlord. Well, at least it's not Tyrion, right? If we can find a Starfall, then this isn't the worst thing in the world. Alright. Let's Wrath for 1 first, and then Poison Seeds. This way the Avenge and whatnot procs first. Alright, no Avenge and whatnot. He's gonna have a lot of 3/3s, I guess. Do we want to give him a lot of 3/3s, or do we want to just kill with Keeper now, I guess? Well, I guess we just do this. Because otherwise, he gets the tokens off this getting competitive spirited too. and things get hella awkward. So I guess he's got Noble Sacrifice up. Because we know it's not Avenge already. It's only 8 damage, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. We could still definitely recover from this. We got Belcher to try and slow down damage too. Just giving him cards in these sort of situations is scary, because he's only got 3 cards left in his hand. And once he plays them out on, he's like gonna run out of cards super soon. So we just gotta hold on to the Naturalize and try and find the Starfall, get the Poison Seeds off, and then one good board clear, and then the game should be ours. Alright, we can Poison Seeds this turn and set up to clear everything next turn with the Wild Pyromancer. I don't mind that. So let's do that. Let's Poison Seeds and then let's just get the Dancing Swords out there. Like, we don't want him to draw cards, but Dancing Swords absorbing a little bit of damage here could be pretty good for us. And then next turn we can kill everything using Wild Pyromancer. Is Oil Rogue to get good to get Legend, in my opinion? I think Oil Rogue's really solid to get Legend with. Usually the first Legend every season is a guy named Tofu on NA, and he always plays Oil Rogue to Legend #1. He's been the first Legend a few seasons in a row on NA. I don't know if he's doing it this season or not. Not online right now, but yeah. Oil Rogue's definitely a deck that can reach Legend still. The deck hasn't really changed any of the cards in it. It doesn't even run the 5/4. Just standard Oil Rogue is still just the optimal build and does a lot of good work against Druids and Paladins. Like, it's not the most consistent deck in the world, but it'll get the job done. Alright, let's do this, and then Wrath for 3 and Naturalize. Do I want to take care of Noble Sacrifice? Probably not. 2 damage sounds painful right now, and I don't plan on attacking anytime soon. Hi, Tyrion. Where's our... We need a way to kill it and our Harrison Jones. Well, we got a little bit of time to try and find the answer here with this Sledge Belcher and armoring up to try and get some life. Hopefully we're able to find like Cold Light Oracle and put things together and make something happen. Do I run Bran in the deck? No. No, I don't run Bran in the deck. Doomsayer. Naturalize. Didn't even land on the right thing for BGH. Chi-Chi. Oh, man. Mill Druid's not for me, man. Mill Druid's not for me. I'm more of a Mill Rogue kind of guy. I want to play a game of Mill Rogue now. I'm inspired. I don't know. Mill Druid. Eh. Screw Mill Druid. No rogue. Now there's a deck. There's a deck.